So this week in media ethnographies, we've been instructed to start narrowing our field site. Now, just reading this, I was a bit confused as to what that actually was. So what I'm going to do in this audiovisual for this week is going through the start to consider section on the Moodle page and just work through that and discuss what I'm doing with my media niche. So as a catch up, my media niche was content creators and how they interact with their audiences, and specifically from a marketing perspective, but we'll see how that goes. So pretty much I'm going to start with the network map. Now, using a network map, we need to discuss how a specific example from my media niche, in this case David Dobrik, interacts with his loyal fans and how he keeps these loyal fan bases. Now, in this network map, I have put the different platforms that David Dobrik uses and the different advertisers that he also has one-off partnerships with, not long-term sponsorship deals. Now, this is all well and good. However, it doesn't show how and why David Dobrik's audience is so loyal to him. However, when you look into the fine print, it's very, very clear. So on here, I have written down how many followers on all of his main platforms David Dobrik has. 14.5 million followers on YouTube, 20 million followers on TikTok, and another 14 million followers on Instagram. That's quite a wide reach to quite a wide audience. Now, what David Dobrik does is he does giveaways and partnerships to try and entice audiences in and maintain his brand as a loyal and humble and giving person. David has been known to give away Teslas, money. He's given away year's supply of Chipotle. He's given away experiences with celebrities to his fans who, that's all they want in the world. Doing this means that these two, who he's sponsored by and the different platforms he uses, go hand in hand to ensure that his audiences stay connected, stay involved, and also stay loyal to him, as there's always a potential that they could be the next person who gets to meet David, gets to experience his life, or gets to reap the rewards of who sponsors him. So the question really asks, what is a brief overview of my field site? Well, I'm going to be using a couple of very specific content creators, like for example, David Dobrik, which I'm using in this video, Gary V, and a couple of others, probably Logan Paul as well. All these guys have very, very loyal fan bases, and Logan Paul's a very, very interesting example because he went through a lot of trouble when he went to Japan and filmed some inappropriate and quite disturbing content, which put him under the hammer quite hard, and yet his fan base still stayed loyal to him. So that's going to be a really interesting case study. But those guys are going to be the main sort of facilitators of my little project. The online spaces are going to be really focused just onto YouTube, probably TikTok as well, as it just keeps growing and growing by the millions every day. And also Instagram, how that's used and why it's on the rise with these kind of people. All of these different personas and the different sites all really feed into how large their fan base is and why their fan base stays loyal and why their viewers, the viewership of all these guys stays in the millions for each post. So that's one of the things I'm going to be really focusing on. At this point in time, I've not actually come across any scholarly research about this topic because I haven't actually looked into it on that kind of level yet. However, as I do, I'm going to be posting little updates onto my blog on WordPress, which will show what I've found and how it relates to my topic. Now I'm going to leave you all with one more little piece of linking information between the subject and my media niche. Ethnography is writing about people. It's a form of qualitative research that helps further understand lives, experiences, people, and objects. My media niche is about the living experience of a loyal fan. And that's how I think that this topic and my media niche is going to be so interesting to research in an ethnographic situation, because both the subjects, like all the content creators that I have mentioned in this video, and their audiences are all people with living experiences. And I think that's going to be really, really, really link well with the subject materials.